Hey guys, Tim Bratz here. Welcome to another episode of Spilling the Beans. And actually we have a new series that we're going to be doing for about the next month, all about social media, branding, and building your influence. I don't think there's anything more important than you can be doing for your business than building an influence. And I don't think there's any better platform or way to do so than on social media. I truly think it's like the eighth wonder of the world. I truly believe if it's used in an intentional way, there's nothing better from a marketing and brand building perspective than the tools of social media. And it allows you not to just, it takes business and takes it from being from success to failure and actually just makes it varying levels of success. How big do you want to build it? Any product you want to offer, any product you want to launch, any business you want to buy, any money you want to raise can all be done if you're building your social media influence. So, over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to share and introduce you to my team at Legacy Digital. Legacy Digital is a company that I invested in with my friend Q, who is doing a fantastic job. She'd been consulting with me for a couple of years, and I tried to hire her, and she's like, no, I really wanted to build my own business. I said, then I'm going to invest in your business because I believe in you, I believe in what you guys are doing, and I believe in the team that you have. And just met with the entire team, and I wanted to interview each of them because they each specialize in a different platform of social media. Somebody might specialize in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and brand building across the board. And so I want to share certain takeaways, certain feedback, and certain implementable ideas on each one of those different platforms from the experts that are in it on a daily basis. So today we're sitting down with Garrett, who specializes in Facebook and branding. And so I'm going to sit down, I'm going to pepper her with a bunch of questions about the best ways that you can build your social media following on Facebook. Let's sit down with Garrett. Garrett, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. Big meeting today with the Legacy Digital team.
Yes.
It's awesome to kind of hang out. And I think one of the big things for me, right, even though Q and I are the ones who kind of called the meeting together, was like, just, it was awesome to get to know everybody and really understand everybody's experience, understand everybody's expertise that they're bringing to the company, and learn that each of you guys have like your own niche and your own specialization in a different social media platform across the board. And so I want to get into all of that stuff. So what I love is like you have an awesome background in social media and like kind of almost fell into it and just realized it was something that you were really good at. So can you share a little bit more about like your story? How did you get started and become a social media expert?
Yeah, so I went to Auburn University for business, and throughout Auburn I got an internship working at a small business up near Charlotte, a canine training facility. I started their social media from the ground up just as something I thought they needed to implement. They were doing really cool things. I thought it would be a great way to start marketing for them, and was able to do really well on their social media. Once I graduated at Auburn, I got into marketing and social media for a real estate firm in the Mooresville area in Charlotte, Lake Norman region, and that's kind of what led me into Legacy Digital. I realized that social media was something that I really loved doing. I loved the creative aspect of it. I loved how it's changing and evolutionizing every day. It's something new. So that's where I got started at Legacy Digital.
How would you, super cool, first of all, and it's cool that like you saw the gap in the business of like, how do you not have a social media platform, right? Like, I truly believe that in today's age, if you're not on social media, it's like not having a website. It's like not having a business card. It's like you're not existent if you don't have a social media platform, because that's where everybody goes to find you and learn about you before they ever do business with you, right? And so how did that business, the canine training business, like it went from non-existent, right?
Yeah.
And then you implemented the social media side of things, and you can make any business, even as mundane or simple as a canine training business, like exciting, you know, and you can make it cool, and you can make it like you found a pivot of like you found celebrities and celebrity dogs and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely. So they work in personal protection, service dog, all kinds of obedience training. So it takes the basic level of who doesn't love puppies all the way up to who doesn't love like any NFL player getting attacked by a dog in a dog suit kind of thing. Yeah. So there's so many different levels and interesting parts of what they did on a day-to-day basis that in social media in general, people just don't realize if you pick up your phone and film whatever you're doing, what you do is common knowledge to you, but it's not common knowledge to everyone else. So adding that into your day-to-day and having the knowledge of, if I film this for 5 seconds out of my day, but it's going to help bring a wealth of knowledge and credibility to your personal brand and what you're doing in social media, that'll trickle out into all other aspects of your business.
I mean, I think it's a great point, right? Like, what's seemingly mundane to you is actually mind-boggling to other people. Like, I'm in real estate, so house flipping is like one of the worst things ever to me, and the idea of going and dealing with contractors and flipping a house and trying to pick out the exact finishes that some end buyer that I don't know who is going to be is going to want to see, and making sure I'm sticking up with the trends and all that. Like, there's a lot that goes, and guess what? There's an entire show just about house flip. I mean, there's an entire channel, HGTV, is all about house flipping, and that's like what everybody's focused on, and everybody loves it, and it absolutely crushes because it's not normal to the people who are watching it. So even if you have a traditional business that is seemingly not exciting or not social media-esque, I would say everything is, and you can make everything fun, which is what you guys are awesome at doing. So, all right, so you find Legacy Digital. Tell me, like, what do you love about Legacy Digital compared to, I don't know, like other business or other companies that you might have worked for? Like, what really stands out? Why do you love this firm?
Number one, the culture we have is amazing. Everyone is super supportive. Everyone is really involved in the company and really willing to learn and put all their effort into it. Like, there's days that, we're all up till midnight working with each other, but it's all communicative. We all love it. It's a really strong knit group that we have going. And then part of social media that's so exciting is the fact that it's ever changing. Like, every single day something new is happening, or new trend, a new sound, something that you did yesterday might have worked amazing, but it's not going to work tomorrow. And being able to pivot and being someone who is in the creative aspect, how to change, how to grow, how to evolve along with all the new things like AI and all the things that are coming out, constantly changing and pivoting and learning how you can just be 2 steps ahead and not fall behind.
No, I think that's a great point, because it's such a adaptive business. It's such an ever evolving business, and what's the word I'm looking for? Like a dynamic business that's always changing, or industry that's always changing. It's like, how do you stay ahead of it, right? And which is why I thought so much about Legacy Digital and Q, and I met the team, and I was like, I see the value in the business, right? I see the value in social media as well. And guess what? My team's busy. And that's why we hired you guys, in order to give us the insights and give us the feedback and keep us relevant regards to trending content and what's changing in the algorithm and what shows up and what doesn't. It's like, if you don't have that, then you're obviously going to fall behind. And you guys are so on top of it on an ever-changing industry. It's just super impressive to see and hear it from the entire team, and the buy-in that everybody's got of the long-term vision of where this is going is just super, super exciting. So that's awesome. Give me a little bit more about so you specialize in Facebook,
yes,
right? You specialize in Facebook, and everybody on the team specializes in a different. So
yes,
this will be the Facebook episode, and then I'll get with Devin on TikTok and Caitlin on LinkedIn, and kind of meet with the entire team on the different platforms. I think we'll turn this into a social media series for a month on it, and dive deep into each one of the different platforms.
Yeah.
So if somebody's watching this, and a lot of my demographics on Facebook, right? Because that's kind of when I was going through college, that was a big thing. What would you say would be maybe a handful, maybe let's call it 3 main things somebody has to be aware of on Facebook? What are the 3 either things that are trending or ways that somebody can have success if they come in and they're on Facebook and they want to grow their Facebook social media following?
Yeah. Well, I think number one, Facebook and LinkedIn are very different in that Facebook is more social and LinkedIn is more of a networking aspect, but you can definitely network through Facebook, and I think a lot of people don't utilize that the way that they could. If you run a business and you are you have a personal brand, or if you don't, you have a network through just being a person, being a family person, having friends, going to college, living your life. You have a whole network of people that you probably have on Facebook. Most people don't utilize. They don't want to cross-pollinate with being a very salesy person with their business through their personal page, and there's a way that you can cross-pollinate being a business person, being a business owner, and being a human being, and having those interact in a way that, number one, networks, gets your brand awareness up, creates credibility for yourself, and then also starts getting more people interested in what your business is and what you're doing throughout your socials, throughout events, anything that you can cross-pollinate. You know, we're not going to be posting things that are so irrelevant to your business, but if you're going on a trip and it's a networking event, you know, personally you're traveling. If you had a crappy travel day, if you had an amazing travel day, you can post that saying you're going to a business event, post your business event on your Facebook page, your business page, and have it cross-pollinate. So it keeps people up to date on your business without overarchingly being a very salesy approach, shoving it down people's throats. And that can be a great way to network. If you have a friend that doesn't know you're in real estate and just follows your personal account, and all you're posting is your family and your friends and your travel life, and they have no tie into your business, and you can cross-pollinate by throwing in, you know, I'm going to a mastermind in Ohio this week. Here's how I plan to travel, and then you post about your travel day or about your experience at a restaurant while you were there, but you're correlating it back to what you're originally there for your business. It'll help you overarchingly just get that brand awareness and kind of create the sustainability throughout Facebook itself.
Yep, I agree. I think like Facebook's such a, well, first of all, you made a lot of good points, and I think one of them is like, people don't want to do business with some faceless corporation.
Yeah.
They like doing business with people that they know, that they like, that they see their person, and this person has similar core values to me. I like them, I want to support them, I want to do business with them, right? And I think, you know, the misconception is like, I'm selling something, and people don't want to be that, like that salesy type person. And the reality is, like, I didn't try, when I was building my social media, first of all, I didn't try to. I just genuinely gave a shit about what I was doing, and that it could help other people, right? And I think if you lead with a giving, value forward type of a mindset of like, let me just educate, let me inspire people. Like, there's other ways to build wealth other than, you know, whatever you're doing right now. Like, you can also pick up one rental property, and here's what it can do for your income, and here's what it can do for your wealth building, and here's what it can do for your legacy and your estate, and what you can pass down to your kids and future generations, right? And that was so profound to me when all my buddies were just getting hammered at a bar every single weekend, and I was like, guys, this is something else that you can do, and I didn't want to shove it down their throat, but I wanted to like make people aware of it, and then it turned into this huge wave of momentum, because so many people caught on. And so I think you make a great point there. And then the other thing that I see is like, social media is a fantastic marketing tool, right? It's not really, I can see how there's negativity behind social media and people have hesitation, because from a consumption standpoint, it can be a big time waster, right? There can be a lot of negativity, there can be a lot of bullying, there's like a lot of that BS that you hear about. But if you're using it from a very intentional standpoint of like as a marketing tool, I don't think there's anything better out there. And again, if you're educating, if you're inspiring, if you're entertaining and leading with value all the time, it comes full circle, and you don't just get what you give, you get many times more, because it has this exponential reach, and you do something once and it's evergreen, it's out there forever, that somebody 6 months from now or 2 years from now can come back to your page and see what you posted and be like, oh, there's a lot of value here, right, that Garrett gave. And then the other thing that I think you kind of alluded to was like, it's free to have 5,000 friends.
Yes.
Like, why don't we have 5,000 friends, right? Like, understanding if you're a business owner, and I remember thinking like, oh, I'm like prostituting myself out almost of like just friending up all these people. And the reality is like, I don't know, these are people who I thought were interesting, and I sent them friend requests. And there's people who want to do business with me that sent me friend requests. And I made my page public. I made myself followable, or whatever that is. Even if I'm not friends with them, they can still see all my posts. And then I just friended up people that were like in my avatar that I wanted to do business with. So for me, it was deal flow and raising money. And so I friended up a bunch of real estate professionals for deal flow. I friended up a bunch of entrepreneurs and realized that that's who I really connected with and wanted to invest in my deals. And so I went and was very intentional about growing my page and growing my friend network, right, with those people, and it ended up having this amazing, momentum effect that came with it. And I think if more business owners just kind of like did a couple of those things that you just mentioned, and just saw what happened by posting consistently over time, I think there's a big difference. So, all right, to close it out, what's one piece of advice you would tell everybody in order to have as much success as possible on Facebook between now and the next 30 days from now? What's the most important thing that they could do?
I think the number one thing to do would be whoever your ideal client is, whether that be, real estate or whatever business you're in, figure out who your ideal client is, and then find people who match that criteria on Facebook, whether it's through friend groups, through networking, through just overall business pages or interaction with engagement. Figure out who they are and start commenting, engaging, be active participants on their profiles so they go out of their way, they start recognizing you, they've hit you with the friend request, so it's not, you're not looking for the sale through here, I liked 5 of your pictures, immediately here's a friend request and send you to my business page. If you're an active participant in their engagement and their posting and what their life is, it creates that authenticity, it creates that friendship, that real level human connection that a lot of people are missing out on in businesses. And if you take the time to really engage with someone, they're gonna take the time to check out your business page and follow it and like it, and it's just a really great way to start getting your face, getting your name out there without being salesy. It's more of like a personal one-on-one, really human approach.
I love it. It's leading with value, right? It's like a bank account. You can't make deposits from a bank account unless you make deposits, or you can't make withdrawals from a bank account unless you've already made deposits into it. You got to make a deposit, make another deposit, let the interest start compounding, keep on making deposits over time, right? And then you do a post and you ask for something, and there's so much value that you've given over time that when you ask, people almost feel obligated to be like, I want to support this business, right? I want to support this individual because they've given so much value to me and to my life, right? And I think that's the importance with what you just said. It's like, if the more value you give, like, it'll all come full circle, right? Like, you don't have to worry about when will it happen. It will happen. It takes time, and like anything good does. And then from there, just keep on making deposits, keep on leading with value, and it'll all come full circle. So awesome. Well, hey, I'm super proud to have you on the team.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much, and just excited for where we're all going to be in the next 6, 12, 24 months from now.
Yes, me too. Very excited.
Hey, hopefully you guys got a ton of value out of that. We're going to be continuing this series. If you haven't watched the other episodes with the other platforms, make sure that you do. And by the way, if this is something that you understand is super valuable, and maybe if you're inconsistent like I was with social media and you need to hire somebody, give these guys a call. They're a concierge at what they do. I would put them toe to toe with anybody in this industry at a lower price point with a way higher value. And so connect with them. We'll tag their contact information, reach out to them, and you can have them as your social media team for really less than the cost of what a single employee would cost for you to be able to do this. And they post on every platform 5 times, 6 times a week, however much you need. They send a videographer out to you. They help you create the entire brand. They're absolute rock stars at what they do. So make sure you hit them up, and make sure you follow the entire series on Spilling the Beans. We'll be dropping these every single week for the next several weeks. Appreciate you. Be your best.